Yes, I'm Jim Holman, editor of the San Diego Reader newspaper, and I'm sitting here with Tom Walker, who has a YouTube channel called Discover This, about various parts of San Diego history. And one of his segments was on the life of Frank Bompensiero, the most important mafia guy who lived here. And so we're talking about various people who Frank Bompensiero intersected with, and one of them was Tony Mirabile and a guy named Vince Borgia. Is that right? No, Victor Buono. I'm sorry, I'm getting these names mixed up with Victor Buono. So tell us, first of all, who Tony Mirabile was, and then how he was involved with Victor Buono.
So Tony Mirabile, and I thank you for giving me the correct pronunciation because I think I screwed it up in my video on him.
That's okay.
But, he was another LA mob guy who was down here on behalf of the family, and he owned an establishment down in what's now the gas lamp called Rainbow Gardens.
Oh, he had one in Tijuana though before.
He also had one in Tijuana
before Prohibition.
Before Prohibition, and then, but Rainbow Gardens was a big deal right there at.
Is it 4th
I think it was 4th and F.
Yeah, 4th and F. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've often
and the connection to Bompensiero, although it is Bompensiero was a doorman at the Rainbow Gardens working for Tony Mirabile.
Oh, before he opened his own club.
Before he opened his own club.
Okay.
But anyway, Tony ends up, again, running afoul of the family. And this is later years. Tony had been put in charge of San Diego.
So he was right under Jack Dragna, or Frank.
Jack Dragna actually Jack Dragna had died. So what happened is Frank DeSimone put Tony in charge of San Diego.
Because Frank DeSimone succeeded
Dragna when he died.
Okay.
So Tony ends up. Some people knew that he kept a lot of money at his apartment, and he had an apartment overlooking Balboa Park, right there at 6th and right where the Cabrillo Bridge is.
6th and Laurel.
6th and Laurel.
6th and Laurel.
He was right up in that area, and his penthouse apartment overlooked the park and that kind of thing. But they knew he kept a lot of money there, and they knew that because Victor Buono, the actor's father. The actor Victor Buono, the actor from
that name sounded really familiar, and I couldn't remember that.
Yeah, from Batman and all these different. And he played at the Old Globe Theater quite often.
I remember that.
So Victor Buono, the actor, his father was also named Victor Buono.
Well, he was mobbed up.
Well, he had been a police officer in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
And so he knew Tony Mirabile's layout of his apartment, and he knew that he kept money there, and he had told these other folks, and these other folks planned a robbery.
This is the cop.
Well, he wasn't a cop anymore, but he had been. He had been a cop, and in San Diego, so he knew all this stuff. So these people who weren't part of the mob were going to go rob the head mafia guy in San Diego.
Oh my gosh!
And so they go in to they kind of did a ruse, and they brought a girl along, and she knocked on the door, and he kind of let her in, and they swooped in behind her, and shots are fired and things like that, and Tony ends up getting killed, but all the people end up getting arrested, including Victor Buono, the actor's father.
Gosh.
So he goes to prison.
He does. Oh my gosh! I didn't know that.
And it's kind of a segue here, but if you go visit Victor Buono at Greenwood, the actor is buried with his mother, but the father's buried on the whole other side of the cemetery. Oh, so I don't know if that's because of this shame and arrest thing, or
there's another Mirabile story that I remember now from reading, and that was that I guess there was a little bit of rivalry between Mirabile and Bompensiero because Bompensiero somehow lets it be known that Mirabile was a made man, but he paid to be a man.
Correct.
He paid to be made, paid to be
correct.
Whatever it was to join the mafia.
Yeah, he paid the Dragnas. That's the story. Is that he paid the Dragnas, and that's how he got in.
And to his great shame, according with these other people. Yeah, amazing. Okay, and that's just one more of the stories of the Bompensiero story.
Yeah,
we want to continue here. Thank you so much.